When I did the pentagram right, it was like there was gel between my hands, and a dark figure 8, like a Mobius strip, was in the north. With vibrations, I saw on each side a bended twist of white, and then to my left, a yellow cloud that was as if stuck to me. I smelt coconut and vanilla. I saw before me a bending twist, like a faint white cloud. There was a knocking sound, and some sort of deep pattern. And I don't mean the machinery sound that I can hear, something else. In a way, it seemed to go along with the sets of vibrations. In the final reading, I did feel a little bit sparkly at times. And then I turned to the final scrying. And in the final scrying, I saw like this yellow, almost stick figure sort of woman making the sign of water. You know, very gently, hands down at a triangle, fingertips touching, but arms, relaxed at the side. And I felt a comfortable numbness. In short, the fourth political theory is an attempt to find an alternative to the failed capitalism, communism, or fascism. It is an attempt to find something contrary to the globalist way, to find something with this sort of eschatology, and something more than just about the boundaries of the individual. Now, it is what I would call right-wing, because I mean right-wing as far as, towards anarchy. Of course, we're not talking about anarchy. We're a little bit more sensible than this. Left-wing would be corporatism, fascism, communism. There's some variation how far left each of those are in a particular instance. And people do say dictatorship, but again, this book calls out the fake liberals, the ones that are the fake tolerance, would be a better way to put it, that these people that just, and, it's like, okay, well, there's a different system now than the exact ones that we have, but then again, you can't say, well, what about the tyranny of ideas and objects and stuff? So, there's that way of looking at it too. We can definitely think about the anti-fascist movements pre and post the appearance of formal fascist movements like the National Socialism of different countries. And was it really anti-fascist? No, but that's what they wanted to call it, right? And this book is before George Soros bought off Antifa. I mean, the main Antifa organization that had existed for, at this point, about 100 years. I mean, not the point of this book, the point that I'm mentioning this. And this book is also before he founded Black Lives Matter. As I said, this book is something contrary to the whole globalist thing. And already in tonight's reading, we've got into eschatology, about connecting to being, about perhaps why Satanism and the myriad of cults seem to be on the rise. Of course, when we talk about Satanism, as much as people talk about Ayn Rand and, elsewhere we talk about Anton Casander LaVey and how he was influenced by that and some other things. Of course, Satanism goes beyond that. We need to look at an active engagement in our place in the world and the mobilization of society towards a result. The demonic texture of postmodern society is certainly having its influence. The age of persecuting ideologies or mythologies is coming to an end. It's having its throw-off points, right? We need to learn how to distinguish between phenomenons, objects, and, the actual consciousness itself. So how can we distinguish between that? I think of Joseph Campbell talking about the whole people want an experience of life. I would say that people do, want a meaning. We need to be able to connect the sciences and the politics. Myths can aid us along and can help us discover collective or personal meaning. We do need to figure out what extents of freedoms should be allowed in what circumstances, and how to take the categories that did work or will work into their new place. But again, not just capitalism, communism, and fascism or conservatism, some people would say, but that's not really the same thing. Because you just can't have different labels and say the same thing. I'm about not too long after recording this video, I'm going to have a video come out, and this guy's like, oh, it's not this, it's this. I've just come up with a different term for it. That sort of thing.